Experiencing Melbourne from the Yarra River has been on my bucket list for a while, so one sunny August afternoon, armed with nothing more than my Uru folding kayak and some musli bars, I decide to indulge my boyish sense of adventure and make the 15-kilometre journey from Yarra Bend through to the CBD via the Yarra River. After assembling HMS Origami and getting told off by a council worker for eroding the riverbank with my fun, I set sail on our iconic river. The first landmark on our journey is the Johnston Street Bridge, constructed in 1956 on the site of an earlier timber bridge from the 1850s. Soon the river assumed its characteristic sluggish current, but the blooming wattles and tranquil overhangs rewarded my slow rate of knots. Tranquillity only punctuated by my fellow river explorers. Meandering onwards rewards us with glorious sun glistening off the water, and after passing 2 footbridges, Collins Bridge and Walmer Street Bridge, we round the bend to see Victoria Bridge. Completed in 1884, its ornamental overhead tramway gantries stand as a testament to Melbourne's early forays into public transport. However, its real claim to fame is that it was jointly funded by the councils of Collingwood, Hawthorn, Kew and Richmond, making it an exceptionally rare example of city councils working together for the common good. Further downstream we come to Hawthorn Bridge. The bluestone piers and abutments were completed in 1858. The original wrought iron truss components were manufactured and sent from England, this process taking place twice as the first ship sank before it could be unloaded. A fate I hope to avoid this afternoon on the Yarra. Immediately after is the Hawthorn Rail Bridge, completed in 1861. It is the oldest operational railway bridge over the Yarra River. Soon the gleaming white trusses of the Welland Road Bridge came into view. Built in 1881, it was widened on a number of occasions, most notably during the Great Depression as part of an unemployment relief program. According to the Heritage Council of Victoria, it is the only surviving metal road bridge combining cast iron columns and box girders. My bridge spotting was interrupted by another spectacular display of wattle blooms as the river begins to swing west towards the city. Now we come to one of a handful of Melbourne toll road bridges. You see, in the 1980s and early 90s, Australians thought the cost of living was just too damn low. So along with GST, reintroduction of negative gearing and university debt, our parents decided that one of our major arterial roads should be sold off to a multinational company that would then charge us to use it. Genius, if you ask me. At least such feudal fiscal policies resulted in scenic viewing as I continued my journey past some upper-crust bankside mansions. But the real eye candy is egalitarian. The glorious evening sun dancing over the surface of this ancient river and filtering through the canopy of fragrant gum trees. After dashing past Hayington Bridge that carries the Glen Waverley railway line, McRobertson Bridge comes into view. Built in 1934 with financing from Sir Macpherson Robertson, a confectionery magnate known for bringing chewing gum and cotton candy to the Australian market. But also notably, his company developed the now famous Freddo Frog, later adopted by Cadbury. After keeping right at Herring Island, we arrive at the final bridge for part 1 of this series, the Johnston Street Bridge. Opened in 1923, replacing a previous bridge from the 1850s, it exemplifies Melbourne's classically inspired historic civil architecture. As the sun sets on day 1, we can spy the city in the distance. Stay tuned for part 2, where I take my intrepid folding kayak through the final stretch of the Yarra River into the Melbourne CBD.